Hey, hey, what's up, everyone? It's Matt again, your friend, your inner voice, your emotionally confused end of year narrator with a slightly unhealthy relationship with coffee. And welcome back to another episode of this beautiful existential experiment we decided to call a podcast. Because narrated emotional crisis with a microphone sounded a little too honest. And wow, we made it to the end of the year. Yeah, we survived. We breathed. We didn't faint in public, at least not officially. And somehow, we're still here. So today I said, Matt, it's time to reflect on your life before the calendar forces you to do it with fireworks and emotionally manipulative holiday music. And well, here we are. Welcome to the episode about New Year resolutions, European dreams, awesome memories, festive food, and a tiny shameless wish that this podcast reaches a lot of people. Not because I want fame, but because I want an audience for my comedic tragedies. Priorities. This year was weird, not bad, not perfect. It was like that dessert you didn't order, but you eat it anyway. And surprise, it tastes better than expected. And somewhere between stress, chaos, existential spirals, and that beautiful European dream that showed up at 2 a.m. like a rebellious thought, something else happened. Something big. Something I didn't plan. I created my YouTube channel. Yes, me, the guy who can barely organize his own desk. One day I woke up, stared at the ceiling, and said, Matt, do you want emotional stability? No. Inner peace? Also no. Do you want to start a YouTube channel? Yes. Because nothing says I'm ready for the future like exposing yourself publicly on the internet. The first time I uploaded a video, I was like, Hi, I'm Matt. And I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but here I am, sharing ideas, stories, and possibly a small identity crisis in HD. And still, it felt good. It felt real. It felt like I was reconnecting with myself. Because for a long time, I was that automatic Matt. Work, sleep, coffee, doubt existence. Repeat. But when I turned on the camera, there he was. That Matt who dreams, who jokes, who dramatizes everything just enough so it becomes funny. That Matt who looks at life and says, okay, nothing makes sense, but we can still make something beautiful out of it. And yeah, the channel is not perfect. The lighting is suspicious. My microphone sometimes sounds like I'm recording inside a cave. And in one video, a cat walked behind me. And I don't even own a cat. But that's when I understood something. You don't need to have your life figured out to start something new. You just need a little courage and a wildly irresponsible amount of coffee. And of course, all of this connected with my European dream. That impulsive thought that started as a midnight fantasy now lives inside my resolutions list, my official list, written in a brand new notebook. Because nothing says new beginning like a notebook you'll use for 3 days and then forget. I wrote down, travel to Europe record episodes from there, be happier. Even a little try not to panic inside airports. Realistic goals. And while I was writing them, I realized something. This year, without noticing, I rediscovered myself. Not on a spiritual retreat, not on a mountain, not meditating in silence with incense and enlightenment. I found myself in late night editing sessions, in long walks while talking to myself, in messages from people saying, Matt, thanks for this. And honestly, that's worth more than any perfect plan. Then came holiday season. That magical time when your family asks about your life, your wallet cries, your stomach celebrates, and you reflect on everything while eating food you can't even identify. but it tastes amazing. I said, this year the holidays will be calm, spiritual, meaningful. I ended up eating 3 times in a row, laughing aggressively and thinking, wow, what a weird year. But what a great one. Between lights, music, loud conversations, emotional hugs, and semi philosophical reflections, I realized something. I've changed. I am not January Matt anymore. I am not the version of me who felt lost. I am still confused, but now with purpose. Premium confusion. And I also thought a lot about you. Yes, you listening right now. Because this podcast started small and also, but it has heart. And one of my New Year goals is for this podcast to reach more people, for someone to listen on the bus, late at night, while walking, or when they just need to laugh at life for a moment. I want it to grow, not for numbers, but because stories are better when they're shared. And if I'm going to keep having comedic existential crises, I want to share them with the world. So here I am, Matt, ending the year like always, with hope, a little chaos, and more coffee than any doctor would approve. And yeah, I have new resolutions. Be braver. Travel, create more. Live, slower. Enjoy the simple things. Record more episodes. Meet new versions of myself and keep chasing that European dream. Maybe late, maybe clumsy, maybe getting lost in a train station. But I'm going to try. Because this year taught me, you don't need a perfect life to feel grateful. You don't need every answer. You don't need to go far to feel like you're moving forward. Sometimes growth is quiet. Sometimes growth is simply staying here, breathing, trying, dreaming a little more. And as the year comes to an end, I just want to say thank you for listening, for staying, for being here, even when I disappeared for a while. This podcast exists because you're on the other side, and my wish for next year is simple: that life surprises you, that you find peace, that you'll find laughter, that you find new dreams, and that you keep walking with me. Because the best part is just beginning. This was Matt, a little nostalgic, slightly dramatic, accidentally hopeful, and ready to start a brand new year with more stories, more chaos, more dreams, and hopefully more listeners. See you in the next episode. Until then, keep your dreams big, your coffee strong, and your hope alive. Talk to you soon. Peace out.